Morning Garth Gang, and welcome back to 3.16 build a day. With the manifesto now out, I am going to leave my heist runner and build and general heist video until after patch notes, because it is based on toxic rain, use, bow and quiver. So that video will be done as a 3.17 league start and no longer as a 3.16 build a day. I have covered that build before in previous videos, so if you want to see about that, please go and see previous videos on my channel. Today is all about our build a day Chieftain, and this is a Cyclone using Ngamahu's Axe. First of all, we'll go through the MTX. We have got Infernal Helm, Infernal Body Armor, Infernal Boots, Infernal Gloves. We've got the Ritual Weapon effect and the Ultimate Chaos Weapon skin. We're also wearing Delirium Horns, and we've got the Magma Wings attachment with the Ultimate Chaos Footprints and a Fire character effect with the Eternal Damnation portrait frame. This character does have gem effects, so we've got the Gore Herald effect on our Herald of Ash. We have the Sunrise Aura effect on one of our auras, I can never remember which one. We've got the Huntsman Immortal Call effect, and finally the Wild Dash effect. On to the gear. First note, please note that this character has a double legacy Ngamahu's Flame. As you can see, the fizz damage is way higher than normal for the thing, as is the converted damage less. The attack speed is also max, so this is actually a double legacy Ngamahu's Flame, quality to 24% using Hillock, and we are proccing the Molten Burst melee hit on here with the gems, which is why the axe is not 6 linked. We have got elemental damage with attacks, combustion, greater multiple projectiles, conk, fire penetration and vicious projectiles. For our helm, we are running a Devoto's Devotion. It doesn't have an enchant on there at the moment, but it should have a anger mana res helm enchant. The auras: Herald of Ash, anger, vitality, and the new determination, which is why it's such a low rolled level. In our chest, we are running our Cyclone with increased area of effect, elemental focus, and infused channeling support. We've also got melee fizz and elemental damage with attack support. This is a low level gem because this used to be Fortify. With the 3.16 Fortify nerfs to Fortify, it was no longer applicable, so I changed it to increased area effect, and then it just needs leveling up. This is also a Carcass Jack. It's a relatively nicely rolled Carcass Jack. I would prefer better rolls on the elemental resist and the increased area of damage and effect. The life and evasion / energy shield rolls are not too bad for me. Also, this would be harvest enchanted, probably with either elemental damage per quality or area of effect, I think. Or maybe I'd put the area effect on the Ngamahus. I'm not quite sure, I haven't really thought about it. Gloves wise, we are running a spiked gloves for the increased melee damage, then converting that. Other than that, it is a life and resource stat stick, and this holds our castle and damage taken setup, which is per norm, castle and damage taken, immortal call and increased duration with a blood rage. In our boots is our movement skill, which we rely on dash with second wind, life tap, and a level 3 in power. After that, we have a Zoth's Blood with allocated Heart of Flame and elemental damage catalysts. Our rings are elemental damage attack with dexterity and intellect, and the crafted channeling skills have -3 to mana, with some resist being a 2-stone ring. This is what the other ring should be. It should be an opal ring with stats, resists, and the minus channeling craft for the 30% increased elemental damage because of the catalysts. As for the belt, we have chosen to go for a Cyclopean coil with an attribute modifier to give us attributes, life, and then the various other abilities on there. I'm not sure which one we're having. Let's have a look. Strength. If strength is higher than dexterity, I cannot be ignited. And with dexterity higher than intellect, I can't be frozen. So that's that, which means probably these flasks are now out of date. These flasks are out of date anyway. They're still the pre-flask rework, so I'm not going to be bothering to too much to go over these. You can pause the video and see which ones I've got based on the old style. We're also running a Thief's Trinket for the Smuggler's Cache, have 9% chance to duplicate contained rogue markers. The rest of it on there are completely irrelevant because this character does not go into heist. So that's the MTX and all the gems and links. As for defences, we have got our max fire resist, we have got lightning resist, we've got chaos. Ooh, I am not cold resist. Damn. That's right, we'll change the boots. Wow, I hadn't realised that. That must have been where I changed the belt. Okay, so let's just change this over for cold and chaos and hit the 15. Hit the 15. Hit the 15. Thank you. Right, there we go. That's better. We're still overcapped on the fire res, and the cold resist and fire resist is fine, and as you can see the chaos resist is a lot lower than I'd expect. Again, this is a character in standard. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, the only difference with the character is the double legacy Ngamahu Flame. Everything else is usable, buyable in League, so you shouldn't have too much problem if you want to run it. As for the passive tree, this is the Chieftain, so we are running with the Tassalio, which is where we get all our fire resistance from, or most of our fire resistance, and we're unaffected by Ignite. We've got the Ramako for the fire damage over time multiplier, but for the damage prevents 15% of fire resistance. We are not stacking Ignite on this character, it is just more fire conversion. We've got Ngamahu Flames Advance for fire conversion, and finally I chose to take Hindcora Death's Fury for the leech and to cover the rare unique enemies in Ash and the increased strength. After that we have come through here for the damage, hit Born to Fight, down for Warrior's Blood, Heart of Warrior, through here for the damage mods, Butchery for more life, and up for our RT. We've come up here mainly for the life and reduced cost of skills, because now our Cyclone is free, and we've picked up the regenerate 2% life per while moving because Cyclone. We've come up here and we've taken Sanctity, Amplify with the full AoE ring. We've got Discipline and Training through to Holy Dominion and Divine Favour with Devotion. We've also taken this node as well for the reduced mana cost of skills and the full cycle here. Again, to get our Cyclone down to 3. We've also taken the slaughter nodes here. As you can see, this one hasn't taken the axe mastery on this node. Apparently I've got taken it on another one. Haven't looked at this build in a long time. We've got Juggernaut here with the determination mana reservation. Come through here for the life with the vitality reservation. We've come through here for the reservation mastery and champion of the cause. We've come through here for the lava lash, here for the hatchet mastery, and that's where we picked up enemies you hit are destroyed on kill. More life here with the 50 life node, up here for destroyer, master arena, bravery, and finally art of the gladiator. We've also got a large cluster node into 2 mediums, so we've got our increased fire damage with prismatic heart, smoke and rains, widespread destruction. We've got a medium cluster here for area damage with powerful assault and towering threat, and here with unwavering focus and vital focus with a channeling node. And then we've got our Conqueror's Efficiency Jewel here, again for the reduced mana cost and mana reservation. And finally we have a Watcher's Eye, which is fire damage for anger and regen life for vitality. So that's a passive tree. I'm sure it can be done better. We are missing a jewel here. I'm not sure what I would put there. Probably a crimson jewel with some life. Damage and area damage is what I've got in my POB, so that's probably what I'm missing. So let's run a map. Like the other builds, we will run a tier 13 white map if I've got any left. Let's go for Necropolis. And we'll just run a... What's it? Here we go. I'm not sure how this build is going to go. I haven't played it for a while. But again, it is only a tier 15 white map. And as you can see, the damage is pretty poor. Although it does seem to be doing well. We will not level up vitality because we haven't got the enchant on our helm. Once you have the enchant on the helm, you can level the vitality all the way up to, I think it's about 15, 17, somewhere around there, maybe even 20. This is actually the oldest character I have. I thought it was my Deadeye. I thought the Deadeye was my first character, but apparently at some point I accidentally deleted it for whatever reason, and so that character is now gone. If you want to find out how old your characters are, you just type /age and it'll tell you how many days old the character is, or how many is it? Yeah. So this character is 926 days old. So yeah. Oh, I hate this boss. It would help if I actually put Blood Rage up to activate some of the old flasks. It's gonna die. Here we go. And as per normal, I have the wrong filter on. As you can see, the damage on this is very poor. It does see need some TLC, but it's because I'm using Ngamahu Flame, even with the 240% increased physical damage, it is still a very low DPS weapon. Most people who do a Ngamahu Flame build will scale the actual Molten Burst. I'm not doing that on this build. I actually, originally that was the intention, but as time's gone on I'm more scaling the Cyclone, which for Ngamahu's Axe is a bad way to go because the damage of the weapon is very low. Where they nuked all the uniques because they prefer people to use rares, but I love Ngamahu's Flame. It's one of my favourite builds of all time, and so I've kept the character around purely as, again, a showcase. I'll need to do some work on the gear to get better gear for it at some point, but that requires a lot of investment and a significant overhaul of how I'm building it on the tree. Maybe I need to go back and actually start scaling the Molten Burst rather than the actual Cyclone, but yeah. There you go, that's that build all done. This character is level 94, so as you can see the damage is very low, but without the new flasks, the flasks need updating. This should be an opal ring for more damage, but again, even with that I don't think it would be that great damage. Let's wait for them who drop off. So according to the tooltip, it's only 88k. I'll go into the POB with the setup I've got with all the big gems, not awakened gems. I'm looking at the end game POB. No. Is anomalous infused channeling with awakened elemental damage, awakened melee, awakened elemental focus, and awakened increased area effect, all linked to Cyclone. Anomalous anger, anomalous vitality at level 20, with awakened elemental damage, awakened GMP, and awakened vicious proj on the molten burst. We are looking at approximately 650k DPS. So yeah, as I said, the DPS of this is really bad. It's probably more of a meme build. It worked fine for leveling, but as time's gone on, with the nerfs and me not being able to keep up to date with the gear requirements and the unchangeable Ngamahu's Flame, yeah, I don't want to lose Ngamahu's Flame at all. It may need some new gems on there for the Molten Burst, but the 230% increased physical damage was, at the time the max rolled. I believe this was also a perfect Ngamahu's Flame I was using, but then it's been nerfed, and then the physical damage has been nerfed. The physical damage converted to fire damage has been buffed, but that's not a problem for this character. We are doing full fire conversion with the amulet, plus oh, it doesn't convert. I thought it did. Heart of Flame. I don't know. This build needs an overhaul. Maybe I need to drop Ngamahu's Flame. I don't really want to, because it wouldn't be a Ngamahu's Flame build. Yep, there we go. I hope you enjoyed this build. With 3.17 coming up and the manifesto already out, I may end up doing, how many have we got left? Deadeye, Scion, Glad, Guardian, Pathfinder, Saboteur, Trickster. So we've got 7 builds left. Maybe I might have to start doing 2 a day. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.